Hi, can you hear us okay?
Uh, I
All right, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I got you guys. You got me?
Okay, awesome. Yeah, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take questions for Myatt Snider. If you have one, please raise your hand and we will get to as many questions as we can. And to kick us off, we're going to start with Ashley McCubbin. Go ahead, Ashley.
Myatt, you ran well at Homestead last year. What is it about that track that seems to suit your driving style?
I I don't really know because the first like 2 years that I went there in trucks, I did everything and anything and I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. And then for some reason in an Xfinity car, it just clicked. So I felt like last year was really good practice in our Louisiana Hot Sauce Camaro. And this year we're going back with Tax Slayer and Richard Childress Racing, and probably one of the best Xfinity teams in the garage. So obviously they showed their strengths in 2019 with Reddick ripping the fence at Homestead. So hopefully we can go out there and show the same kind of performance.
You had a solid season last year, but as you continue to evolve as a driver, what do you feel that you need to work on?
So there's just adapting with how the racetrack changes. That's one of the things that I noticed that I sort of struggled with a little bit on my own in the 93. So but luckily luckily we I've got a lot of experience behind me at RCR, and my crew chief Andy Street has been around the garage for years, and so it's just everybody's been really phenomenal there. So I feel like that's gonna be easy to get through.
Thank you for your time today.
Okay, our next question has come from Chris Estrada. Go ahead, Chris.
Sorry about that, I was muted. Just going back to last season, how did running in the 93 car enhance your overall racecraft as a driver, and how has it prepared you for running full time the two with RCR this year?
Well, basically, it just gave me 33 chances to get acclimated to all the racetracks on the schedule. It just allowed me to be in the car every week. So that really kind of helped me to get into a rhythm and get some processes set up, and really just learn about all the things that I needed to do if I wanted to run in a competitive car. So I think the best thing that helped out with that was kind of interspersing races in the 21. So it kind of helped me to have refreshers of what I was doing right and what I was doing wrong. I think we really hit our stride at Pocono last year when we almost won the race. So now that I'm in the two car full time, obviously we get to show our strengths. And but yeah, just being there every week was really helpful for working on my racecraft.
And if I could just piggyback on Ashley's question, what has it been about the Xfinity car that's meshed better with you at Miami? Have you kind of sat down to try to kind of decipher what exactly that's been about?
I wish no, we haven't sat down to talk about the difference between trucks and Xfinity. We've mostly just been focusing on stuff that we're doing for the race. But I guess the biggest thing that I could think of in my mind is that the way that the truck is shaped, it's got that long side panel, but what it doesn't have is the spoiler really close to the greenhouse, which is basically the roof of the car. So that the air coming up over has a lot longer to travel before it hits the spoiler and creates all the side force, which I feel like is the difference between that and the Xfinity car. So you kind of feel the wall working a lot sooner than you do in a truck, whereas a truck you got to get like really, really close.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to take our next question from Marty with RSN. Go ahead, Marty.
Thanks, Amanda. Thanks, Maya, for taking some time. Hope you're doing well. Two questions for you. Number one, I can't recall what the weather was last year when you guys did the double at Homestead-Miami, but looking at the weather for this weekend, it's supposed to be hot, one of the hotter weekends NASCAR's ever run at Miami, which means most likely a slick racetrack for you guys. What's that mean at RCR in regards to any adjustment changes when it comes to the weather?
I don't know, because well, obviously, yes, it is going to be a lot slicker because, well, I shouldn't say a lot slicker because it was also hot last year. I think we raced in June, and I want to say it was around like 87 or 88. And I think the weather I checked this weekend was going to be 86. So, but regardless, it's going to be slick. I guess the biggest difference is that, with this year's race, we're starting at like 4:30, I think. So that means it's going to be like a day to night transition race. So it's going to start getting cooler as the race goes on. Whereas I felt like, last year the race just got hotter as we went on. But that's the biggest thing that's going to kind of affect us weather-wise.
All right, and then talk to me about driving at Homestead-Miami Speedway. I know this is not your ordinary 1.5-mile track. That high side is usually possible, and I know it's got that aero cushion when you're riding up close to the wall. What's that driving like in an Xfinity car?
It's honestly kind of one of the more wild things I've done in an Xfinity car, just because there's so many physical sensations with driving on the fence. The exhaust note changes. You can feel the car start to almost slow down when you get on the fence, and then you end up going faster because that's just the air packing on it. So there's a lot going on from the seat of the pants feel when you're in the car. So for me, it's one of the most fun things I've ever done in a race car. And that always helps, when you're driving in a place and you're having a blast. So it's I feel like we're going to show a lot of strengths this weekend with our Taxler Camaro.
Thanks, Myatt. Good luck to you this weekend.
Thank you.
Okay, our next question will come from Casey Campbell. Go ahead, Casey.
Yep, sorry, I was on mute. Hey, Myatt, how are you?
Good, Casey. How are you?
Good, man. So, looking at this season, this is the first time we're going to go on an oval track, and a lot of teams are looking at, every team now are going to figure out what they really have for the season. What do you think you guys have at RCR to really kind of go out there and do it?
I think honestly, we're one of the best teams in the garage. It just based on what I saw last year with the team and, how I've grown as a driver and some of the things that we've been working on, I think that we're really going to be contenders for the rest of the year. Of course, everybody wants to say that as you're going into the weekend. So it'll be up to how I do this weekend to really see. But, it takes a really good group of people to succeed in this sport. And, I feel like, some of the guys all the guys that I have at the shop, they're some of the best in the business. Andy Street has been one of the top engineers in the sport, I feel like, for a long time. Danny Lawrence has been around the sport since the 90s, the 80s and 90s. He's got there's just a lot of wisdom on this team. And, I wouldn't want to be with any other group.
All right. Thank you, Myatt.
Okay, we're going to take our next question from Rick. Go ahead, Rick.
Thank you. Myatt, I'm from the Netherlands, from Europe, TV commentator with Ziggo Sport, where we show all the NASCAR races. And I wondered, you've been racing in Europe also, in the Wheel and Euro Series. How much of a help has that been for you, racing now in the States? Some experience you gained there?
Yeah, I think, racing in the Euro Series really helped me to kind of put a bunch of different pieces that I had about road course racing together. It just gave me a lot of chances. And especially the way that they have 2 races in one weekend, it really gave me a lot of practice on road courses. So I will say that road course racing was one of the things that I enjoyed the most about stock car racing, even before the Wheel and Euro Series. But the Euro Series really helped me to kind of put everything together. So it was I had a lot of fun running that series.
Do you have any advice for European drivers who would like to come to America?
Just do what you can to get over here into the States and just be involved in racing in any capacity, whether it's, running at local short tracks or working on a race car. Just basically throw yourself in it head first and get to know people, build a good network, and try and market yourself.
Okay, thanks. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Okay, our next question will come from Garrett. Go ahead, Garrett.
Thanks, Amanda. Hey, Myatt. I think you used to go by Sauce Boy because of your sponsorship with Louisiana Hot Sauce. So now that you got Tax Slayer, have you thought about going by the Tax Man?
Oh man, that's a good one. I've been trying to think of different different kind of slogans I can use for the I can use for new t-shirts. But that one's pretty good. No, I have not thought of that one, but it's good.
Cool. Well, feel free to use it. Anybody asked you for tax advice in the garage or anything?
No, thankfully not, because I don't know the next thing about taxes other than that you need a W-2. So and that's about as far as my knowledge goes, but that's why I have the sponsor, I guess.
Cool. Well, it's a good looking ride and good luck down there.
Thank you.
All right, Myatt, thanks so much for joining us. We wish you the best of luck this weekend in Homestead.
Thank you guys. I appreciate this.